Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is going to be your general mini cross reading for February 2021. I am utilizing today the Radiant White deck. I am using the Levita Sibilas to clarify, and of course we will pull a Golden Nostradamus card to wrap up the reading. I've already done some meditation and shuffling on your sign, okay? And so I'm just going to put another rifle on these, and then we will lay the cards. I hope everyone is well. I hope wherever you are safe. Okay, and everything is well for you. I don't know, with this weather, it's like really crazy. So, here we go. Where we are now, the Nine of Wands. The unknown influence at the top, the Four of Pentacles. Are you being stubborn, Capricorn? The known influence, the Three of Wands. The near or distant past, the Queen of Wands. And the near or distant future, the Six of Swords. What is over the whole reading? This Hierophant. Well, this is I believe some type of relationship issue. Now, you may be a Capricorn sun and may have a fire moon or rising, or you could be a fire sun with a Capricorn moon or rising. That's why I always try to tell you guys to please watch both, all of the sun, the moon, and the rising signs. If not that, then this is the idea of you being an entrepreneur, a business owner, a businesswoman. Over the top of the reading, we have this Hierophant. And the Hierophant is, first of all, he represents hierarchical organizations. So colleges, hospitals, things of that nature. It's not the big government of the 10th house, which is ruled by Capricorn. This is the second house. The second house of Taurus also rules your own personal finances, your movable possessions, your stocks, your bonds, your 401k, your, condos, apartments, mortgages, things of that nature. This is your side hustle. This is money that you own, earn, or owe personally yourself, not in connection with a partnership or a business, okay? Right in the center, we have this Nine of Wands. And this Nine of Wands is this idea of having been in a battle, having fought a battle, having been kind of put through your paces, and now you're in a place where you are resting, right? But because these are wands, it says that you do have enough energy to get back into the battle. But this kind of energy can leave us feeling battered and bruised, and very, very depleted of energy. Now, this Three of Swords tells me a couple of things. Either that someone has hurt your feelings, or a situation that has occurred that has hurt your feelings. It also says that this is an attack on your feeling center, like somebody has stabbed you through the heart, or this situation hurt you so much it stabbed you in the heart. And I have these two swords cards here, which I find to be interesting. And so what I'm looking at, there are no cups here. So I'm looking at wands, your desire, your determination, your focus, what gets you up out of bed in the morning. The coins, not only your financial situation, but what are you doing and how are you doing it? The swords are representative of the thoughts, feelings, perceptions, beliefs, and ideas surrounding this situation. So, I'm not exactly sure, as I said, if this queen is somebody that you are dealing with. Maybe you've been in a battle with. Maybe this was a friendship. Maybe this was a business partnership. And things have taken not necessarily a turn for the worse, but it's something has happened. The Six of Swords says that you are moving from from troubled waters to more calmer waters. So sometimes this can imply the idea of moving, literally moving somewhere around water, by water, near water. It implies that even though you are taking this journey, you are taking your thoughts with you as well. Okay. What are you going to do with them when you get to the other side? I don't know. Now, sometimes I have seen this show up when someone literally comes to help you move, but oftentimes I will see this card show up as that man being like the universe moving you to a different place, both literally and psychologically. Okay. Some kind of passage. Now, I don't have any major arcana in the spread itself. And this Four of Pentacles is quite interesting because the Four of Pentacles speaks to the idea of a stable foundation. You know, that everything is okay financially. You've got a place to stay, you've got food to eat, you may have a little money in the bank, you've got some things that you own, and that thus far you've been conserving those things, right? You've not been being all crazy with your stuff. You've actually been doing what you're supposed to do. But also sometimes this four can be the energy of stagnation. It could be being miserly, someone not wanting to share what they have with you. And I always say if they're not willing to share their time, they're not going to share nothing else with you, right? Okay. And so this could be what the crux of the issue is here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at, I don't know if this is a contractual issue, okay? And I don't know who this Queen of Wands is. And I get the sense that for some of you, it is you. And for others of you, it is someone that you are dealing with, all right? Whether this is business, romance, friendship, same-sex, heterosexual, all of that applies. So what I want to do is I'm going to look at these three cards down the center because they really kind of tell a story of something. I just don't know what. I'm going to start with the Four of Pentacles. The Limoneo, the other card of contracts, marriages, and that's what a marriage is. It's a contractual issue. Negotiations. The Allegrezza al Cuore, the happiness of the heart, speaking to a possible marriage, commitment, and or engagement again. And the Ammalato. Now, the Ammalato is showing up as a situational card. In other words, it's saying that something has happened and this situation now is like tainted or unclean. It no longer has this great feeling that it used to, okay? Let me take a look at this Nine of Wands. And this could, because sometimes the Six of Swords represents a separation or a breakup, an imminent divorce. It could be a separation or a breakup between friends. It could be a separation and a breakup from the old place where you used to work and your old colleagues, okay? So, the Dilettanti, the Donna Maritata, and the Militare. Now, this tells me that there's someone involved in this situation, Donna Maritata, who hasn't been able to see the forest for the trees. She's the Queen of Coins. It also says that there's been a lot of crazy behavior going on. In fact, I would even say on the card of fighting in battles that the law has been called in. Sometimes that card can represent the police or going to jail or there being some kind of charges filed. Okay. Three of Swords. Speranza, the hope card. Again, we have this reference to a fire sign. Donna de Servizio. And the Conversazione. Now these cards, three cards, are somewhat positive, but they fall on this Three of Swords. The Speranza card is the hope card. Okay, the Donna de Servizio shows up as an intensifier or a verb card. She is here to move the situation along. She brings positivity. It says that the white flag of truce has been put up. So this could mean that whatever heartache or arguments or fights, we hope, okay, that we can come to some type of resolution. Here is the Conversazione card. This is the Ace of Cups. what I want to do is look at, because this Speranza card is telling me something else. And falling on this Three of Swords is saying to me, on the one hand, that whatever the conversation was, whatever the offer to help and assist, whatever the hope was, it did not turn out like that. Okay? And I think that makes a lot of sense. This is the 8. And the Speranza card says that a prayer will be answered and hopes will be fulfilled, notwithstanding the apparent chaos, desperation, and turmoil. Okay? It also says that it is connected to the water element and anything. It is a card of the water element and anything connected to it. Now, sometimes it can speak to the idea of traveling. Okay? Connected with water, seas, lakes, rivers, or an aquatic environment. In business, it represents an investment, the intention of buying or having just bought stocks and shares, or a business transaction that you are hoping would succeed. But it also represents a certain amount of emotional attachment to this. Whether it succeeds or not is not foretold. So, you know, I just feel that whatever the situation, right down the center, it's going to be iffy. This sometimes can be the idea of going to get counseling from someone, okay? But ultimately, you're going to be responsible for making that decision. Whatever this thing is, there is definitely a breakup and or a separation coming. All right? It will be. So, let's formulate a question for it. Oh, well, 2 cards have come out. The Book and the Perfumes. Nostradamus has a double message for you. The Book. As long as the fool in silence remains, people may think he has half a brain. Ask advice of someone who knows more than you. Experts or people you know who love you. It is a roadmap and personal advice provided from someone we should seek out. I don't know if that's this person. The Perfumes, however, says, the scent of a woman is at its best when only her true nature is expressed. Be careful of one or more foppish, frivolous, or superficial individuals, but neither should you be avid or flippant. Sobriety is needed in order to act correctly and not allow oneself to become involved with weak elements. The weak element. These can be groups of people that can lead you astray, but this can also speak to the idea of someone who just will not, refuses to, regardless of how bad the situation will. Camera shut off. Will own up to it. Okay? They're not going to change. They're not going to see the clarity, or they don't have the wisdom to think their way out of a paper bag. And so the question becomes, do you want to become involved with this situation and or this person, or don't you? And so I would, let me take a look here and see if there's anything else that card has to tell me, particularly with the Militare. And when it shows up next to a significator card, which is the Queen of Coins, which might be you, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and or Rising, it brands the person as not being in their right mind. Okay? You could be so angry about something that you really aren't thinking straight, and you're acting in a aggressive manner. Okay? And you don't want to do that. So let me see what else this, it is the 9 of Diamonds. Someone who is irrational and one who has given sway to their moods. and they have lost all rational perspective and are mentally confused, even though they don't realize this. It describes someone who may believe in false ideas and or doctrines that will ultimately cause their own downfall. It could also indicate being swayed by equally deluded people. It is the card of hallucinations, contradictions, illusions of grandeur, and self-exaltation due to a warped conception of oneself. It represents someone with a massive ego and someone who cannot see the forest for the trees. Generally, as a situational, it represents setbacks, delays, accidents, recklessness, disorganization, opposition, mutually exclusive beliefs, precarious conditions, and transitory states. But it also indicates someone who lacks self-discipline and persistence. And it can represent someone whose life is already in a shambles and falling apart. It can indicate legal or confusing situations that are at the extremes of the limits of legality. It can indicate someone with a devious mind or someone who's completely gone off the deep end. Now, this militare, who is the Ten of Spades, Ten of Spades, which is like the 10 of Swords. Basically, it just says that it can be someone who's in a position of authority whose disposition is despotic, authoritarian, and only interested in self-advancement. In love, it represents someone who has trust issues, who's always afraid that their partner is cheating on them and consequently makes their partner's life difficult by spying on their every move. It can often mean a partner who is unfaithful, and in a relationship, it suggests selfishness and or abuse and indicates carnal attraction. In financial matters, it heralds struggles and legal troubles of some kind in which the state will become involved. Okay. The other neutral meaning indicates struggle, opposition, ruthlessness, war, and conflict. It also means that someone will give you a lot of grief and oppose your efforts to succeed. So much inner strength and determination are needed to succeed. It also warns as of being taken advantage of by unscrupulous people. So I really don't know what this thing is going on, but this card warns you about not, for lack of a better term, doing your research, and to be careful of people who seem rather flighty. Yes, but also that you yourself shouldn't be like these figures. And so that's what I have for you, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. That's a really interesting reading, and if you're going through that, I'm kind of sorry. I really don't know what else to tell you. So stay safe, and until next time, namaste.